What is up, Workbringer here, and today I'm bringing you my very first Mists of Tirna Scithe plus 10. This is the hardest part, is this little skippity-doo route right there, and that requires a Night Fae character and a rogue, and in this case a priest, which they told me that the priest can do a Mind Soothe for the skip, and I'm like, okay, I'm trusting y'all. I've never done it before, but I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. So we're running in, you gotta really skip that pack over there. Maybe you've seen my other videos at Mists where I've not done that. And these are pretty nasty, and it's fortified. So these are like some pretty bad boys here. They do a decent amount of damage, though I'm living it. I think I have Avenging up, and those melt. So thank you so much to that DPS doing 8k, 7k, and me doing 6k, and the mage doing probably holding combust, right? Not a big deal. And that pack sometimes is really hard, but we melted it. I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna take a breather. Looking at the soul dude, there's my shield that I'm running in here. This is a bad pull. This is a very hard pull for me. Losing threat, good. Someone's kicking it. Instantly getting dead here a little bit. And yeah, these things hit hard. Mostly any soul cleaver at a 10 is like half healthing me, something like that. Someone stuck in the thing, give them a... Oh, nope, they ice shield out of it. GG. This group knows what they're doing. Soul split, there it is. I think I'm going to eat this pollen somehow. One of these... Yeah, I was like in... Yeah, I was like between their legs, which is not good. I thought I had... I don't know. I thought I was out of the hitbox. I was not. I've learned that the hard way in Plaguefall a couple times too now. And everyone's doing a great job. Pretty much nuking down the shades. I hodged that one. Let's just start walking away. And I can't mount. Man, I hate when I can't mount right after someone Necrolords GG. And our priest has Mind Soothed, and we only have 15 seconds. I'm so sketched. Like, they're casting. I'm so afraid of them. I'm like, what's going on? But I just trust that it worked. I look back, I'm like, okay. It's way more confident when it's a rogue skip is way more straightforward. I forgot we have a DK, pulls him right in, lose threat immediately. Soul to double soul slice to my very sadness here. Realize I do not have interrupt there. I don't have my Kyrian Vial. Big mistake running into big keys without my Kyrian Vial. Things like Halls of Atonement, I like live and die by it. It's a good health stone, but more importantly, it's a curse, bleed, and everything else removal, so I really need it. I'm eating 2 soul cleavers by myself, but everyone else is just dealing with the spiteful. So we get him down. I don't believe we're allowed to do the Night Fae thing here until these are dead, maybe? I don't know. It's just safer anyway. But we're killing those. And that's the front part. That's the hard part here. Warrior... GG's over there. I'm getting Stam. A lot of people say to get primary stat for strength, but I'm taking Stam. You have to right click it, which is weird. I always thought it was left click, and I've done runs where I realized I haven't gotten the buff. Anyway, we're running into this one. If you do that Night Fae skip into, I always say rogue skip or whatever, but pre-skip, whatever, skip. If you do that, you'll look at that we are 17%. And we're going to be able to get prideful on the back of this lost threat because the warrior is popping off single target. Sorry, warrior. I mean, I have okay damage, but not like these two have. So I'm just losing threat to them like crazy. That's something I'm finding in the higher keys. Is threat is still a thing for sure. We're taking big damage to that AOE, and I'm looking to see if I can help. And there's a shade, and I'm trying not to outrange the. And not outrange the healer, but like I don't actually have to jump around that much. I just tend to on this boss, or not boss, but that ad. Need to immediately grab aggro because I'm sure everyone's gonna start popping cooldowns. So my job now is to stay still and heal up, right? Just get healed up. Now a 10 is, I think I'm gonna eat this. I'll just tell you right now, this is like the messiest plus 10 there could ever be. I'm still kind of new to this route. AKA this is my first time. So I mess it up a lot, and I would say for Mists, there's a lot of variability, which makes it a little bit trickier than normal. So we're running in here, we're getting them both. Not my ideal pull, because I usually like to shield, and I want to silence Ingra, but in this case, this is unforgivable to waste even a second, right? They were very nice to not even pull for me. But I pretty much get in there, start giving them the business. And the DPS, considering this is single target or cleave, is very high, especially this warrior. I didn't know. The high level warriors are doing it. Now that's the right time to lust. So we're lusting and prideful. Look at the DK. 13k, 14. Is this, am I seeing 18k single target, mage 12k single target, me 4.8k single target? What? That was lust and prideful. That's the highest single target DPS I've ever had. I didn't even look at it. I was just slamming. So when you pride, and we still have pride. Now there it goes. You run so fast. Pride's amazing. It's so fun to get it. Like I really like it. I'm losing threat. Rip. Just get the Hodge. Man, that is how you want to do it. I typed to the priest to please do the acorn, and thank God we did. Because with the Night Fae, if you mess up the puzzle or you wipe, well, the puzzle you wasn't there, but if you wipe, you come back there. But we have a battle res DK, and I can heal, I can res, and we have, of course, the priest. But should the priest and I die, and the B res is used, right? We just want to have that utility in there. So, I want to say that this was like a killer run, and we slayed it. And that first part really good, and that's the hard part. But however, the tricky part about mists, in my opinion, is this puzzle is random. So you don't know how much count to get, and you don't know which rooms you're going to. And as the tank who's planning the routes, this is just a big question mark. And that's a little bit scary to me. What I should be doing is like I need to be very much watching the trash count and kind of predicting which trash pack is going to spawn prideful. However, I did not, and it got me by surprise several times, and this is not a clean run. It's just not. It's my first one, and it looks like my first one. I look like a fresh cadet of some sort of school, and it's kind of embarrassing, but it's my first 10, so I wanted to put it out there for anyone else that's thinking about doing 10s. Now, again, I don't do the puzzle. I probably should have said that up front, but like the tank doesn't do the puzzle. The tank sits there and gets smacked in the face by all these ghosts, right? Healer does the puzzle. I mean, like, that's assuming who did it. Maybe the mage. So it's either like a fairly mobile range class who's just sitting back, dropping dots, running around to the things, or it's the healer who is, you know, pretty much put heals on me and we're okay. Like, that's kind of how I would imagine this trash stuff goes. Like, if I keep threat, look at the damage taken. You can see it on the bottom right. It's me and the cleave damage on the warrior. So basically heal me and the warrior, and you solve the puzzle. And that's just how I feel about it. Because like, I just got to keep threat, try to stun stuff when I can, and I'll stand by a totem. This is my job. I don't know who's doing the solve. I think that bat is with the Santa Claus hat is the healer. I would guess. Necro loading it up. And everything is going splendid here so far. But look at me. I was not looking at the trash. And yeah, that's something I need to really pay attention to in mists. I was like, oh, there's prideful. Like, oh my, I'm so flustered. I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting knocked back. I'm like, I don't have threat on this boy. Oh my god. Oh, bad. Where's the plus sign? Mist is chaos. Now, I would say it's so fun to get pride here. It's so fun because you saw the first boss, right? It's like, boom. I've never seen that. I have never seen that before. I didn't even notice it at the time. I was like, are there even mechanics? Now I got stunned. Now I'm going to tell you, I get stunned probably like 10 times throughout this thing. And a tiny bit of it is because Mist is so random. Whereas like every other dungeon, I know exactly where pride's coming. And I kind of tell people, I was like, this is pride. Like, and I kind of, oh, they still have the plus side. And I'm like, and I tell people, I'm like, this is when it's coming. I kind of have an idea of where pride will be tanked, like where in the room. Mist just like, oops, there it goes. So luckily, we still have pride, and we get to burn it on this big boy, which is great, because this is a boss. Right, so we have 40 seconds of just destroying this boss. Let's look at the single target. DK at 6.5. I'm at like 3.5 to maybe 4 at the max. So that's quite a bit more. We're not lusting on top of it, but lust plus prideful, that first boss, oh my god, it melted. I kept wondering, I was like, are we going to do the mechanics or are we just killing this? And you just kill it. And that is nutty. And it changes the game. The tens are such a different game when you get that pride. How did the dude die? I think he got one shot. I think he might have got eaten by that shade. I told, and that was a battle res. I told him I was going to do a regular res, but we burned a battle res. Is that our first death? That's incredible because it's not our last death. Let me tell you. So we're kicking it here. We're really kicking it. So GG's to everyone. I'm a bit flustered pulling this together again. If you've seen my other plus 10 runs, like those other ones, I know exactly what's happening. But if you saw my route for Mists of Tirna Scithe, it's basically like you can plan the beginning and then it's like, who knows what's going to happen in the maze. And then the end is a little bit questionable too, which just feels sketch, which you'll see a bit of improv. However, I have killed enough of what I consider the back trash, the back lot of trash here to kind of know what to do. However, you'll see I'll tell you now, the DK actually gives me a tip that I think I went and looked all these people up and everyone's over 200. Everyone has done multiple 10s and rip the puzzle. Rippity rip. That never feels good. But again, I'm not the one doing it. So, hey. I think it's the warrior's key and he's like frowny face because obviously he wants the time. Don't worry, friend. We're going to get it. But this is a pretty messy maze, and it's made quite variable by the randomness of the maze and the fact that, hey, we're about to hit a pride. I didn't even notice that. I should be like, what am I thinking about? I don't know. I'm just like, oh, puzzle. The puzzle's such a distraction. I should be 100% looking at the fact that we're about to spawn pride and kind of telling people that. Just a reminder. So big pack. This is kind of worst case because, I don't know, 2 of those mobs dying, that's pride. And as tank, I should be kind of looking at that and planning like cooldowns around it. And planning cooldowns is pretty simple at the moment. I don't have any. Bop the warrior. And just trying to live this. I think I lay on hands there. And did I lay on hands to anyone else? I have quite a bit. I do a lot more lay on hands healing than I used to. Been trying to do that quite a bit. Someone's dead. This looks like the DK. And big rips. That pride spawn with someone dead. This is not a good thing. And lots of mobs left. It's just kind of a bad timing. Kind of unlucky. I'm rooted. And for some reason, I am not hand of freedom myself. And I'm about to bow, get stunned again. And rip to me. Big rippity rip. And with only the mage left, this is wipe. This is the first group wipe. Right? So everyone's releasing and no one said anything otherwise. So I just tell them I'm releasing. Wait a second and then do it. Right? Because you don't want to release at the wrong time. I don't know if there's some sort of weird strat or something that can happen in there. And we're just doing the walk of the shame back. However, we still have quite a bit of time left. Mist is quite forgiving. And if you saw how much time we made up on that boss fight, we made up like a minute or 2. Life grip, I'll take it. TY. Oh, it's this way. Whoops. Let's get it. Now, pride's at a 10 or easy. Let me just say this, because we're a bunch of clowns, or maybe I'm just the clown here. I think it's just me. I'm the clown getting hit, not unrooting myself, getting hit by the target. And, we still do the thing. I won't tell you how much we do the thing, but you'll see. So this has been a pretty, very clean beginning, but we missed up the puzzle, which is bad. And with full wipe, not good. So we've lost some time there. But we very confidently smashed the first boss. I don't think you can smash it any harder than it got smashed. They get it. And luckily for us, in a sense, we're right on the boss. And I have my strats. Let me talk about it. High key here. Now, what's very odd is it doesn't do the fox. I think we're burning this thing down so hard because we have the prideful buff, right? It's just random if you get the prideful buff. We phased that boss so quickly that there's no fox phase. So I have nothing to do. I'm just sitting in the middle, making sure Pataky just go, and look how quickly they killed it with pride. I would be messing things up if I moved. Like if I tried to contribute DPS and I just moved Mistcaller to an awkward place, then it's harder to dodge the dodgeball. And still they phased it into the next phase. There's been no fox yet. There's usually like, I mean, I'm coming off of the back of a Tirna quick. There's always a fox. Okay, there's the first fox. I patty cake. It's fear. That's a priest fear. And I'm just trying to stay away from the fox. That's it. I'm not contributing any DPS. I'm just staying away from the fox and doing tank things and patty cake. And the fox goes away. And so we had prideful again. And we melted Mistcaller. The interrupt's my only job. Okay, so here's freeze tag and dodgeball, and now my job is to like get away from the Vulpin, hopefully someone's gonna CC it to some degree, but as long as I am away from it, there we go. We have a mage, we've got a priest. I do the patty cake, right? And again, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not DPSing anything. I'm just gonna sit here and have like a nice little talk with our Mistcaller. So the Vulpin's over there, and I'm watching it. I'm like, get away. Little ice, a little bit of CC, and Mistcaller down. Boom. Now it's fortified, so the bosses are not that big a deal. But Prideful Lust, the first boss, destroyed it. Prideful, luckily, into the boss. Pretty good. So I would say that those two wipes, or that wipe we had, essentially, we got to come back clean, kill Pride, and look at this clown. Look at this clown card jump. Boom, almost dead. Who's an idiot? I am. So what I was doing is I was typing. They're probably like, what is this tank doing? I was typing to them. I was like, we need a tremendous amount of count. Like to come to this phase at 65, I've never been that low on count. So I'm telling them that, and I'm like, what? Like I just put it out there, and the DK is like, let's go to the right. And I'm like, I really like the left. I mean, I almost always go left. And he's like, there's more trash that way. And I was like, let's do it. Let's learn on the fly. I almost never go to the right. And I've never gone to the right in a high key. But, we're doing the thing, right? So I wanna keep doing it, right? We're smashing, right? We did a little bit of a hiccup. Prideful timing, a little messy. Messy by me, messy by everyone. Full wipe, but like we made that time back on the first boss with Prideful. And then we smashed again on the second boss, which is very lucky to get Prideful for the second one. Like, that's not a given. Very lucky. I kind of slow pulled that because the priest, I think, was drinking, understandably. So I'm just like, giving it a second, right? Wiping here would lose a ton of time, especially if they didn't, like, activate the acorn. Waiting 5 seconds just for a little bit longer for the mage or the priest to come back. That's not too unforgivable. I at least have aggro on these reavers, and these things at a 10 fortified are brutal. Like I need to dispel that person at the bottom, but I'm just like fighting for my life. I finally dispelled the warrior, and there's another dot on the healer. I need to heal. These things hurt on a 10 fortified. These are vicious. And I was not expecting that. Normally these are like, oh yeah, we gotta kill the reaver. Like on a 10, these things bang. These bang hard. I'm like, oh my god. And now I understand why the priest or whoever feared them out of here, because they take a lot of look at like the healer just drank, and like they've probably been spamming. I don't know. Is it a disc? Yeah, it's a disc priest. What's their spam? Flashlight? I don't even know. I guess I have flashlight. I don't remember what a disc has. So we're running in. The priest has not asked me to stop, and I think they mana pot. Oh no, they're drinking. But I'm a tanky boy. I can handle this for a little while. So they're drinking up, but they didn't say like stop, right? We're not trying to stop. So that's something you get. That's something that's a little nicer to do on a voice chat, obviously. Like if I'm, oh god, bad pred timing. Oh boy. It's much better if I can ask the healer like over voice. I'm like, you good? We're going in. Versus typing it. It's so awkward. But basically from me running these, I'm like, you keep going unless someone says otherwise. I think I'm looking to bop someone. I didn't. I'm gonna eat this, aren't I? Yeah, I'm a joker. At the same time that DK put it right on me. I think I eat like 10 of these. I'm pretty sure on higher keys, getting hit by that plus sign kills you. One shots you. So we have a ton. We have A lot of trash life, 15%. That's not just this pack, and I kind of know that. But we have pride, so we run real fast, which is crazy. It's pretty awesome. My health is kind of getting down there, but the healer has like unlimited mana now. Look, like the mana's at the top, and we are just smashing. And it's my first time really, not my first time, but it's my first time here. Like, I'm looking like which way should I start pulling this trash? Because we still have spites, but I didn't see any spites come from the little one. The spites just come from the big one, and I'm like, yo, we need a lot of count still. Like this isn't 10 here. I don't think this is 10. I don't remember. And I'm just spinning around. I'm looking for the rest of the count. That's what's going on. We still got this pride buff. I shouldn't die because the healer can just like spam their biggest heal at me. And I'm like, where's the rest of this count coming from? Maybe this is 10. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm just spinning around. I'm like, I'm just throwing like the, you know, AFK rotation at this. Priest dies. And we pull these Reavers. I think the Reavers are the rest of the count, to be honest. So they're a bit tough, and surviving this is hard, but I'm pretty sure they're count. So that's kind of lucky. I don't even know how to recreate this. The mage, oof. It's tough. Like I said, the Reavers are bad. I need to help out with the dispels. I get the big deep, so I'm taking the dispel myself. I mean, me living is pretty important. Flash of light, or rather word of glory. Word of glory crit, I'm pretty sure just happened. Thank goodness. I think they give that to you. You can talent for word of glory to do more healing at the based on your life. But I feel like I crit word of glory is when I really need it, and that's perfect count. That's perfect count right there. Not too bad. Let's get some aggro on this boy. I think you could just leave him there, but what happens is he starts ticking up like this stacks, and you don't want that. Oh, dude, that DK just whoever just did that just like owned me. Like, yo, like stay still. Anyway, I stunned again. This is not clean. This is so embarrassing. Let's get some heals for me. I should not have shielded, but we do want to get this down. Oh, boom. That was a big word of glory. Big old word of glory, and a free one too. So I'm looking Gucci now. I'm full health. I got another word of glory. I'm going to use it on myself, and this healer got no mana. And yeah, from what I learned, you just run. Now, I think... Oh, we have pride. That's what it is. Thank God I realized that. I should be horsing right now. We have prideful, and healers get like insane mana return, right? So we got 40 seconds to burn this boy down. With prideful, do we have lust too? Oh, are we? Oh, we lust and the pride twice. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It wasn't like right at the top, but like... We make up this time with the prides, all right? Like a full wipe doesn't feel good in a 10, right? But like happens, and these pridefuls just wreck bosses, especially on fortified. On tyrannical, we'd probably still be at like 60% health or something like that, but like we're wrecking it. And I'm actually holding some DPS back because I want to be able to use it on the ads. I think we burned this boss so fast, there's no ads, which I'm just not used to with the first one. The first boss, there was like, it was a one phase. Second boss, also we just like one phase. There was no Vulpin until the end, and this boss is at 10% already. He hasn't even called his ads yet. Okay, we get the mind link, but like he's dead. What? We one phased him. This is craziness. Look at my DPS still sucks, but like, what? Other than like the wipe in the middle of the maze, that's textbook, and that's a +2. My first 10 in the mist was a +2. Bangers. And what do we get? Boom, a weapon. What? It's not that good, but it's an upgrade. It's a 503 or 203, a 503. Oh my god. I have a 200 now, so that's a 203. It's like it's a little bit better. It has haste. I think it's like 1 stamina more. But we +2'd that. I put it there for the screenshot if I'm going to take a screenshot of it. And wow. Yo, lust plus pride, the first boss dead. Lust, the second boss dead. A little bit of wiping. Lust plus pride on this third boss. Mist is fun. Mist is fun. You got to do this as tank, as anyone. Bring a lust class and just burn this thing down. Wow, you can wipe. It could be tough, but we burned it down and we two-chested. So big GG is going to carry in Hearthstone back to Ouroboros. I'll see you on the next one.